Maybe just a brief introduction. I'm originally from the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines, and I've immigrated to Canada, and I've been living there for almost 17 years now. Most of the work that I do is installation-based, or installation, and the piece that is showing here now is called the book Thick of Ocean, and maybe just to provide an introduction, a background of how it's made. The book was printed through mechanical reproduction using a duotone, using offset printing and a duotone process. And so just to describe what that is, it's like printing black and white using two films, but adding another color. So it's black and white and a bit of silver ink. And each page of the book is the same, and it's bound by master maître relief binder. And the book rests on a table which is actually a copy of a library table, an existing library table that most of you probably are familiar with. So the book was originally made at a time that was quite. It came from a very personal space or situation. It was made somehow in commemoration of a loss, and it was the death of my heart mother. And so for me, making the book or making the work itself and thinking about that loss was parallel to a lot of the thoughts I was thinking about in relation to just being an immigrant in another country and the feeling of loss and separation and displacement. And so trying to understand how that personal experience related to a larger social experience. A lot of the works that I do, I guess the sources are personal when I say that it's partly autobiographical, but when I say that, I also want to problematize the idea of the personal or the autobiographical. I'm not making it just to express myself, but rather to question the idea of the personal or the subjective or the autobiographical. And so by doing this and integrating it into my own personal process in the making of the work and reflecting on the making and the presentation of it and how I try to situate it in relation to the viewer. All of those things come into place in terms of how my subjectivity becomes expanded into all the other relationships that happen within the installation. Most of my works actually happen in this way. I don't know what else to say about the book. The ocean image is something that is an image that I've used a lot. It's a recurring image in a lot of the works. And I guess it has very many metaphors. And one of the things or reasons why I use it is, I guess, the idea or the notion of fluidity. There's things that are not containable, that they just continue to evolve, but somehow it's like the waves of the ocean. They just keep coming and repeating itself, but somehow it's never the same. So the whole repetition, or the idea of repetition that happens within nature and somehow that happens in the formal making of the work, is also a kind of paradoxical process that talks about erasure, that talks about forgetting, or that talks about, I guess in this piece and most of the works that I've done, it always points out to the erasure that happens with the name. It's like forgetting the name of the thing that one sees. And so it brings up issues of representation where what we see is not specifically mine, but rather you integrate your own subjectivity in it.